See, I'm even kind of a fan of the way that these guys have spiked the wall here. You know? It definitely prevents anybody from jumping up here. In reality, these were quite great handholds. But in the game, that is a very effective barrier that will prevent anybody from A, walking off the edge, and B, climbing up. So I like it. It's cool. It's very effective.
I'm right behind you.
This is a Spelltome Frostbite, but it might be on a pressure plate to open this door.
I'd like to call.
You raised the Forsworn that I looted?
I'm right behind you.
Why couldn't... Well, I guess I didn't really need to do very many options for that. Well, that didn't hit.
I've got your back.
It's honestly a more accurate way to look at the map.
What? Oh, looking at it on a table?
Well, no, looking at it with the sea at the bottom side. I mean, that's north. You know, the sea is at in this case. But as long as you've got a compass rose somewhere that's pointed to it, says, yeah, no, that's north. That's the proper way to orient yourself for this region.
Right.
Because if one of the reasons it's called Skyrim is because it's a humongous range of mountains that surrounds the Whiterun. Well, it's kind of a fucking fire. But the map kind of steps down from here. You can see that there's kind of a rim of mountains. And it steps down into this little section here. And then it goes down into this valley and out to the sea. And over here, Falkreath, there's this little range of ridge, you know, from the Throw of the World mountain around Helgen and back around this way. This is all mountain rim,
Yeah.
you know, that encircles it. And then it continues around past Markarth, and then around past Largersburg and all the way over to Solitude, right? And cradling all of Falkreath Hold, Whiterun Hold, the Reach, the Pale, fucking Hallmark, fucking Dawnstar. Well, no. Dawnstar is the oddity. Dawnstar and fucking Winterhold. Because they're on the other side of this mountain range there right at the coast. And that is a desolate as fuck region where literally it's ice. This is the Arctic section. It is ice and fucking dead things.
Nice.
Like frost spiders, draugr, frost trolls, ice wolves. That's where you encounter these things. Is here. But because of the way that the rim is, you're either coming from a different country or you're somewhere in this area.
Mhm.
You know, somewhere in this basin, if you will. You know, of these mountains. So the appropriate way to look at it is from the coastline, because these people do have boats. So they can go from any of the port cities pretty quickly and easily. And then they can move in from there. Which is why Solitude and Windhelm are such huge cities, and Dawnstar and Winterhold aren't. Winterhold is the furthest north, furthest up behind the mountains, and looks upon entering like it's crumbling. It makes you go, I don't really want to live here. I'm not really even sure if the Jarl has a house for me to offer.
Mhm.
You know, he doesn't. You know, but like you have that impression upon entrance. It's like, the Jarl is not going to be able to give me crap.
Yeah.
I might be able to get residency at the college.
Right.
You know? And, like, you can see and feel that immediately, but, like, also the Cutledge is sitting on that fucking spire column of fucking rock.
Mhm.
And you're just sitting here knowing that the only reason it hasn't fallen into the ocean is because magic. So if anything goes wrong with magic, everything collapses.
Yee.
You know?
It's unnerving.
Right? So do you really want to live there? Given that my brand new favorite player home, you have to see this. This is from, I don't know if I actually should this to you. I understand you were doing your own thing. I'm
Okay.
actively
Thank you.
just talking to you.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
To Pat.
Thank you.
And just kind of a continuation of what I was saying in my thought process. You know, because like I was saying, like, you know, do you really want to rely that heavily on magic, right?
Mhm.
And then this is my new fucking player home favorite. My favorite player home is this portal to the Misty Grove, which is a pocket dimension player home.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got a fucking lake, fish in it, that I could probably shove more fish in, honestly. I just thought of that. Briefly, because I tried to dump all 1,000 fish in there. So this thing has plenty of chests I can sort that. I'll fix that here in a minute. It's got a garden. It's got a garden, a full garden with like a variety of crops that are precisely laid out. I'm pretty sure regenerate. I haven't tried yet. They're impeccable. Shit. She needs that for this class places
I
all.
know I'm the followers to the death. I'd like to call.
So, do you want to rely heavily on magic? Well, I live in a pocket dimension. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yep.
But, you know, if it's your thing, it's your thing. If it's not your thing, you can avoid that then.
It seems looks like a permanent enough structure in the game that it's not gonna fall off the cliff.
Yeah. I've also reinforced that permanence by a headcanon that I have regarding Urag, the librarian of the Arcanium within the library. Just as Cthulhu and the in-game Hermias Mora are to forbidden knowledge and apocrypha, so too Urag is to a good guy version of them, and his library is apocrypha, but prettier.
Nice.
Because he isn't about just letting you learn whatever the fuck you want. He guides you to the knowledge that you're wanting. It's like, okay, you want to know this. Let me teach you this, and this real quick. And then get there. How about that? You know? Like, it's not a I'm not gonna tell you. It's a there is some foundational knowledge you need before we get to the subject you're asking about. But he's still gonna give you the knowledge. And he'll even tell you all of the he'll even outline your curriculum, you know, for you. Like, you wanna know that? Alright, this is gonna be your whole quest line. Like, these are all the things you have to do. Type stuff.
Nice.
So, in my headcanon, the reason that the college didn't fall into the ocean is, yes, magic, but it's because there's a god living in their library. And he said, nah, I like it here. So as long as Urag's happy in the Arcanium, the college doesn't fall into the ocean.
Nice.
Yeah. Which makes it so that the college very much wants Urag to be happy in the Arcanium. So he gets to do what he wants to do. So it's very much the exact same type of relationship as you would have with Hermias Mora if you were actually a servant. You know? Do this. Okay? Yes, we will. Kind of thing. But, like, in this case, it's like, it's Urag, the librarian. He just wants me to find a book. Yeah, I'll bring it back. It's not Rush, right? Okay. I'll bring it back, yeah.
Not so long as you're not expecting much back.
No. I had to see this one. Chatting. So first, allowed me to speed racer over here next to you. Awesome. I need to learn how to pronounce this lady's first name.
multi-family house. You know, kind of extravagant, but big. You know, I mean, like this is clearly an underground, reinforced, imperial reinforced, like mine shaft. That's just been like fully turned into a basement. Significant amounts of storage. What was I gonna sort out? Oh yeah, fish. So you're trying to sort out the fish thing. Okay. So. If it's an ingredient, would it be a does it have to be in the food category? I think it's those days yeah, brains in here.
Nice.
Wait, I'm gonna try to put that figure in this store on the house. Okay.
I don't want to follow this to death.
You ever worked something out in your mind and knew it was gonna work and knew it, but like there was a little bit in the back of your head that said no, so you have to go do the thing to prove to that one little bit that yeah, no.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. I knew that there was a way to sort and thin down my massive stockpiles of crap if I had enough chests to do it. That I didn't have to travel so goddamn far to do the thing. But have like 2 to 3 chests right in front of me. Now, if I put 25, I will say a month in my milk, will I have fish or dead bugs? Let's start
Yeah,
Three.
the fourth be with you, Space Wolf.
my God. Yeah, the fourth be with you.
Tis. Like November 17th.
that doesn't work. That we have to catch up. And I guess if you catch
I'd like to call. I prefer oil.
is that why you took your clothes off? Wait.
Still here.
Is there another of you that I haven't set?
I'd like to call.
There's another of you that I have not set. Okay. Who are you? You're from Rick's work stronghold. stab at her first name. Borgokh.
Borgok?
That's what I was thinking.
Alright.
That's the best I can come up with. It just
Lead us to
feels
our
so
next
weird to
task.
say. I hope she doesn't mind me calling her Steelheart.
You have a grip book.
Thank you. Do you have anything to do with it? The fucking wolves.
I do.
An orc follows to the death. I've got your back. You have a grip book. You have a grip book. You here.
I want to grin. Compliments,
I'd like to call. I prefer foil.
Still here. Right behind me.
Oh, I can't improve the
I've got your back.
because it's from that stupid mom.
Right behind me. Still here. I've got your back. I'm right behind you.
I'm going to call. I prefer foil. I'm going to call. I prefer foil. And on follows to the death.
Muttering to myself, saying, I think I will call it for the day in the game. I'm gonna pause for a bit.
I've got your back.